Hey y'all. Hey Tasia. Hey Tyronda. Hey Colorful World. Welcome, 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 welcome. Shout out to everybody coming in right now. Hey Torrance. What's up? What y'all got going? I meant to go live last night, to be honest, but I low key forgot. It was a long day. But I'm here now. Hey, Pretty Monet. Hey, Sharon. Please leave a thank you. Please leave a thumbs up on the video on your way in. Thank you so much, Tyronda. Shout out to everyone in here. The season is finally well, at least as far as decision day goes. The season is over. Everyone has made their decisions as far as, at this point, but the reunion, mm, I feel like that reunion is gonna be revealing everything. While we waiting on people to come in, I did see something that Kevin Frazier said. Let me see if I can pull that up. Kevin Frazier is, the host of Married at First Sight reunions. And he might have just been stirring up some drama for, to make people want to watch. But he said some things on Twitter. And let me just pull it up while people are coming in. Let me see. Pull this up real quick. Let me share my screen. Wait a second. Let me pull this down. Okay. Yeah, I don't care for him much myself. I have to be honest. He's not my favorite person either. Did y'all see Gil walk away? Yeah, I saw Gil walking away. I was like, Gil, we've never seen Gil be emotional. Like the entire season, we haven't seen him be emotional. So for him to like tear up and walk out, I really want to know what happened. Thank you, Live Life. I recently cut my hair this year. It's grown out a little bit since then, but hey, Fumi. Okay, so basically, Kevin Frazier was replying to people on um on Twitter that were talking about the preview for the reunion. And he said Gil is my MVP of the season, especially after what happened at the reunion. And then he also said it's gonna break your heart. And someone said, I'm so proud of Brett and Bao. And he said, oh, just wait. So I'm assuming that he's referring to the tea that got dropped on Bao and Brett. We could talk about that, explicitly later on. I don't want to do spoilers right now. But yeah, I feel like a part of it is him, drumming up drama to make people want to tune in. But a part of me feel like something really did go down because, like I said before, Gil got emotional and he never gets emotional. As far as we've never seen him get emotional in the past 8 weeks. So I'm really excited to see. Did you see Gil's red bottom? Let me tell you something, Gil. Let me tell you something, Gil. Like, I thought now a lot of people are defending Gil and saying, just because he doesn't live for material things, that doesn't mean he doesn't like nice things. No, as much as he went in on Mirla for buying, red bottoms, for buying expensive purses, even though she says she only buys them twice a year. She only buys them twice a year. He keeps going on and on and on and on. I don't ever want to see you in red bottoms. I don't need to see you in no red bottoms, okay? Not you just went on too bad for me. It'd be one thing if he would tease her about it every now and then, but it just like it was like a constant thing. Like, I don't need that. I don't need that kind of thing. I don't need that kind of thing. I don't need. Okay, well that means you don't need. Where are these red bottoms coming from? Gil boohooing in the shoes Mirla bought him. Oh, y'all think she bought it for him? You probably right. Now I think about it, you probably right. If you have no savings, you don't need any red. Thank you. Great point, Maisha. Great point. Hey, new beauty. Those red bottoms let me know that he was just projecting his own insecurities. Exactly, Kay. Exactly. That's what I think. I think he's insecure because he doesn't make the money that she makes. And he's a very traditional type of man. He's the type that thinks the man needs to pay all the bills and the man has the bigger salary or whatever. And he'll probably needs a stay at home wife or something, because the way he acts with money, it's like he wants to be the one in control of the money, but it's like you don't even save, so how are you gonna be in control? I don't know. I liked his beard. I like the fact that he grew his beard out, because that permanent 5 o'clock shadow, uh, 5 o'clock shadows get on my nerves. Like, just grow your hair out. If it doesn't look like a clean shave, just have facial hair. It's her money as long as she pays for her own high class lifestyle. He should be okay with it. Exactly. The beard threw me off for some reason. Maybe it needs grooming. Yeah, he does look completely different with a beard. He does. Maybe he needs to shave it down some. Maybe it's just too much beard. It's a nice thick beard though. I think it needs to be shaped, possibly. Like maybe a barber should like come in and like fade out the top, the like where the sideburns are. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, but it does seem like it needs a little grooming, like you said. But let's just go ahead and get started with um let's get started with talking about decision day. We're gonna start with the couples that said yes. I guess we could have started with Mirla and Gil. Let's go ahead and get them out the way since we're talking about them anyway. Um, is it me, or did Gil look sad, or he didn't he looked like he was not present. Like he just did not look happy. Firefighters are always shaved, so something tells me he isn't in a firefighter anymore. Really? The beard was scraggly, but I like it better than a bumpy shave. Yeah. He looked like he almost looked like he didn't want to be there. Like he just did not look. This whole time he's looked very confident, but in this moment he just didn't. He looked deflated. He just did not look like he was happy. And I wonder why. I wonder why. I don't know. As far as their relationship goes, I personally don't think they're gonna, like, well, let me say this. Based off of how they feel about finances, Mirla was very honest about that. It just doesn't seem like they're going to be able to make it in the long run, because their stances are both solid, and he won't let it go, and she's not going to change. So it just, maybe that's why he wasn't happy. Maybe he knows that it's not going to work. Yeah, firefighters can't have long hair or long beards for safety. Okay, I really did not know that. Wow, okay. Maybe he's not a firefighter anymore. I don't know. It looks like his heart is broken. He was taking notes from Zach. I'm screaming. You know him and Zach are friends, child. Mm. Mirla was a little too blunt or unaware of her words on decision day. Um, she was very blunt, but she was just being honest. Like, I guess there is a way to say certain things, but I think they were asking questions and she was just being very honest. Like she didn't sugarcoat it at all. And she just don't seem like the type to do that. So a part of me appreciates the honesty, but I could understand, being thrown off by her bluntness. I didn't understand Mirla saying yes after telling the experts that they were wrong. I think at this point she is invested in Gil. I think at this point she loves him. They consummated their marriage and everything. I think she's still like a newlywed. I love him because every time she talks about him, it's always positive. Oh, I didn't even think I could have someone. I never even thought that, he's what I wanted and more. Like she always talks about how great of a person he is, how much she cares about him. And so I think that's what it is. I think she didn't fail for him already. Like, and she's willing to try to work past those things, but she knows in the back of her mind that if they were to break up, it would be over that. Gil was blunt too. Yeah, Gil, like he's passive aggressive sometimes, but he can be very blunt himself. Like some of the stuff that he said to her has been very blunt. Calling her wedding ring ugly. Okay, that was too far. That was too far. Okay, I'll give you that. That was definitely too much. Mirla is adorable. Excuse me. Um, Mirla saying she hated the wedding was misinterpreted. She would have been fine with the courthouse. Yeah, I knew where she was coming from with that because I can't speak for her, but I know for myself, someone who's like has social anxiety and doesn't like, social situations. That whole thing probably would have been a bad, like I wouldn't have had too much fun either. I can't even lie. But I also wouldn't sign up for Married at First Sight. So there's that. He's not wearing his ring in the previews. They are not a couple. I want to follow up on they both can be critical. I did not really see a love connection or sparks between them. Yeah, not on Gil's end. I think that Mirla does love him, but I think she, maybe doesn't express it. She has a very monotone voice. So I don't know if she can express it fully, but I do think she cares about him. I don't it's not that I don't think that he cares about her, but just something about his demeanor on decision day. I don't know. It was very solemn, like the beginning of the end or something. I guess people would prefer a lie over the truth. At least her truth was over things and not him personally, unlike Gil. I can agree with that. I could totally agree with that. Like, I get it, It's like when people ask you questions like, "Oh, how are you doing?" They don't expect you to tell you. They don't expect you to tell them like actually how you're doing. They just want to have like a small talk conversation. Oh, I'm fine. The kids are doing this. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? They're not actually. Well, you know what? I'm feeling depressed. I didn't get out of bed yesterday. I'm just. They don't want to hear the real of what's going on. And I feel like with the experts sometimes it's like they don't get down to the nitty-gritty because it's like they want you to give them the light fluffy answers. No, I'm going to tell you the real of what happened. You asking me, do you think it was a bad idea to match people who felt so much differently about finances, yes, I do. I feel like you were completely wrong for matching up people who felt completely different about finances, right? So I think that's where she just being straight up. She's being cautious and open at the same time. When he said I love you, see, she said thank you. Did she say that, y'all? Did she do that? I missed that if that's what she did. Solemn is the perfect word. Yeah, he was just very he wasn't the same Gil we've seen this season. His attitude seemed to change after he got the cookie. Mm, mm. Interesting. Okay, you might be right about that. Dr. Viviana deserves smoke for that dumb comment. We thought commitment will trump your differences. Right. What was girl, you should see that's what I'm talking about. Dr. Viviana low key, she doesn't really add much anyway. And then the stuff that she does add, it's like, girl, you could have kept that. Like hold on for a second, y'all. All right, I'm back. But yeah, I'm mostly just looking forward to seeing them at the reunion. Um, I just want to know what happened because it doesn't seem like they're together anymore. I said Dr. V was useless last season, and people tried jumping down my throat for it. I've always felt like that. I feel like she's there more for, and I hate to say it because clearly she's got her doctorate and she can offer more than that. But it seemed like they brought her more for eye candy because the advice that she offers is very mediocre. I've never seen it actually help or be of anything of substance. You know what I'm saying? Like she'll bring a look. I'll give her that. She looks cute, you know. Her dresses, her hair, her outfits, she does bring a look, but you know, we don't need that. This is not America's Next Top Model. Like we need more than a look, honey. Like I don't know. And then she really rubbed me the wrong way last year with that whole Chris situation or last season with that whole Chris situation and telling people that they were too invested in the show. Girl, bye. Dr. Viviana has nice clothes. That's it. Exactly. Dr. V is there to for her fashions. More viewers are interested in that versus exactly. Because honestly, there's nothing that she can really say that will make me more interested in what she said than her fashions. I can't even remember a good piece of advice she's given. All right, you guys, let's move on to Rose. All she brings is a sexy look and tries to pry into their sex lives. Oh my goodness. Fake. What do y'all think? Because I feel like we all knew they were going to say yes, but nobody really wants them to be together. Nobody's really happy for y'all because this whole situation with locking out, deadbolting your wife out of the house at 2 o'clock in the morning, yeah, that's not cool. I skipped their part. I didn't even watch. It was unnecessary. It was only 5 minutes. They didn't really show much of their, session. What kind of man did Rachel date in the past for Jose to be so great to her? That's a good question. That's a good question. I know she said before she signed up for this experiment, she was in a long-term relationship, and I believe is that the one that she cheated on the guy? And then I think the rest of the relationship, he was kind of like making her pay for that. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. I was worried that she was going to lose herself in this relationship from the beginning. And, you know, to some degree, she stood up for herself. But for her to stay with him, yeah, I don't know about that. Staying together for the incentives. They're still a weird couple to me. It seems disingenuous, really. I definitely on his end, definitely. I don't think that he is. I think he's walking on eggshells right now. He's tiptoeing and trying to um change his persona or change people's opinion of him because he came off really bad with locking her out. So I think he's been on his best behavior. But I don't trust him. How are they fake and boring? I was over them after the accidental lockout. Exactly. She stood up for herself too late. Right. Right. I mean, with that whole situation, it was just like if she would have actually left him like for real and he actually really truly apologized and not went around trying to slander her after it happened, and it because it's more than just him locking her out. It's you were going off on her, calling her out of her name. You threw that ring at her, or you act like you was gonna throw it at her. Afterwards, when she came back and was mad, upset, rightfully so, he was just acting so nonchalant. He was lying about the fact that he did it on purpose in the first place. Like, it's not just you locking her out. It's the behavior afterwards. Like, he didn't even want to apologize. She had to like browbeat him into even giving a halfway sad little backhanded apology. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want me to do? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. When are you gonna get over? When are you gonna stop talking to me? No, that is not a genuine apology. It was the fact he didn't even apologize and own up to me. At least say yes, I did it. Exactly. Like, own it. Take accountability for making this trash move. Now, would I still be, hesitant? Would I still be side eyeing him? Possibly. But if you come into it acting like you didn't do anything wrong and, just being so brash and just rough with her, aggressive even, like, of course, I'm not going to believe you. I don't know how she believed you unless she's just playing the game. Rachel should have made him work for it. Exactly. She didn't make him work for it. She brushed past it too easily. Maybe because she already had feelings for the man and she didn't want to, let that go. I don't know. Because they were super lovey-dovey before this. So I think she did, develop feelings for him, but girl, I'm sorry. And the fact that the name she called was Johnny, he totally overreacted. Yes. Yes. Like, is it that serious that I called you your friend's name? Like, it was an accident. And in essence, she's known Johnny just as long as she's known Jose, like, I feel like it's easy to mix people's names up. New Booty, I cannot. Stop it. What are y'all talking about? Rachel should have poured dishwashing liquid over his food. I am, y'all, I'm talking. I cannot. Let me change the subject. I can't. All right, let's. Oh my God, this is this is this is a non-issue. So I guess since we've passed decision day, is it okay to talk about certain spoilers? I mean, because we about to hit the reunion anyway. I don't know. Well, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do spoiler alert because I want to talk about the spoiler. Now, if you're in here, I was gonna wait for spoilers, but I'm just gonna talk about it because I feel like we need the full scope of what's going on here when we talk about them. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, exit now. I'm gonna give you a little time to exit because I feel like we need to talk about the spoilers when it comes to them because it's just like when we only mention one side, I don't like to be one-sided. Okay, so spoiler alert now. Ryan, we have the Ryan side of things. We know that he downloaded this app while they were still married. But apparently, for those who don't know, okay, I'm sorry, yeah. Apparently, for those who don't know, like I'm guessing, like halfway through the experiment, Brett started dating someone else and is in a relationship with this person to this day. And so that's why at a certain point she started becoming, indifferent towards him as well. And so I'm just like, okay, as long as she didn't get caught. I mean, basically that's the way they're treating it. I'm hoping that the producers or the experts, I'm hoping they just didn't know about this because if they did, she needed to be called out as well. Like Ryan should not have been the only one called out for like stepping out of their marriage. Now mind you, I do think that she was trying in the beginning. I do think she really tried, but I think when she saw that he checked out, then she checked out. But I just think that if that's the case, y'all should have left each other instead of putting on a front and pretending and acting and you know it, that's disingenuous in itself. Like y'all are putting on a front when something else is actually going on. Like the whole time you're talking about how you're committed and you want it to work and this and that, when in actuality you're dating someone else. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not cool either. And really, she didn't really have much of a reason to be mad about the dating app, even though it's wrong for him to download the dating app. But you're in a whole relationship, so I don't want to hear that from you. Yeah, to confront him and just try to act like he just did her so dirty. Girl, don't do that. I'm okay with her dating, just don't play the victim. Exactly. Do do you, but I just feel like y'all need to break it off. Like y'all in front of these cameras lying. Y'all just a whole fraud. I think after his response to Baxter's death, she was done. You know what? I might have been done with him too because he even said himself he knows how that feels to lose a pet and he just was not sympathetic. Like the rest of the cast were more compassionate and more concerned about her well-being than he was. Like he didn't even do anything special for her or nice for her during that time. I mean, they did the anniversary dinner, but that was already set up. More couples would leave if they didn't have the huge fee. There is no like the fee, there is no fee. Think of it like a bonus. If you stay together until decision day, it's like getting a bonus, but you don't have to like pay a fee or you don't have to it's not like you get charged anything. Now, if you don't agree to be filmed afterwards, that's when you have to pay, I think like 50,000 or something like that. But according to Mindy from a few seasons ago, the one that was married to Zach, you're like financially, it's not gonna affect you. You're just not gonna get the bonus for. Well, I don't. She might have still got the bonus because they showed up to decision day. I don't know. I don't know how that works. How that part of it works. Ryan checked out in the second episode. Brett checked out way later. I wouldn't be surprised if she checked out after her dog died and he was at the gym. If she had a boyfriend, she should have went with the flow and not bring it up or just left the process. I think she should have just left. Brett was just mad it was a friend of a friend that he matched with. Yeah, maybe because publicly he embarrassed her. Maybe that's it. But still, girl, you in a whole relationship. Stop it. Fraud. Fraud in my quad voice. The only reason Ryan stayed around was to show everyone why he didn't like her, everything except for looks, anxiety, messiness, not wanting to do what he wants to do. I mean, look, I'm not mad if he wasn't attracted to some of those things because especially the messiness, I'm gonna be honest, the messiness, girl, you gonna have to that bathroom and that closet, no ma'am, no ma'am. So if he were to have stated that as like the main reason or one of the main reasons, I could have been with that. But he was like, "Well, if a Victoria's Secret model was my wife, I'll be washing the dishes, I'll be cleaning the house." So it was really about the looks. It was really about the looks. He was trying to come up with everything else, but it was the looks. And he really thinks he deserves a Victoria's Secret model. Now, sir, 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 okay, we need to take a good look in the mirror first. That's the first thing we need to do. And then we need to take a good look at the bank account. And if neither one of those are up to par, I don't understand why you think you deserve a Victoria's Secret model. That's his type. Get out of here. Let's move on before he make me mad. Right. He is not Brad Pitt in his prime. Nowhere near. I think Brett is beautiful. Brett is cute. She is cute. And they're definitely, I mean, It's not like he's just out of her, like, he really tried it. I can't. Oh, Ryan does make good money? Okay, well, why are you on Married at First Sight then? Go find you a Victoria's Secret model. If you got money like that, go get one. Why are you on Married at First Sight? If you had money, why are you on Married at First Sight? You need to be, if you got that kind of money, you need to be a millionaire matchmaker. Why are you on Married at First Sight? Didn't expect Johnny to say yes, especially after he told Bao he didn't like her. I think that was manipulation. I think that was manipulation. I feel like Johnny to the very end is gonna play the victim, and he wanted her to be the villain, pretty much. Somebody also thinks that he wanted to like rehab his image or whatever, but the entire marriage you were talking about how terrible she was as a wife. Like you hated being married to her, but you want to stay married? Like, get out of here. He just didn't want to be rejected and thought she would follow suit and say yes. I think Johnny said yes to make Bao look bad and prove her friend Sarah was right. No way he could come back from the vile things he said to her. Right. And Newbie, I could believe that too. I could believe that too. That he just didn't want to be rejected and thought she would say yes. I think he possibly did. And I think he also thought, well, if she says no, it's going to make me look better because I wanted to try and she didn't. But no, sir. We were so happy. We were so happy she said no. I think everybody collectively stood up and clapped and cheered, okay? Johnny would have pooped his pants and Bao said yes. Oh, Bao is the real MVP for her decision. I just hope Sarah is at the reunion. Child, you know what? I low key need for Sarah to be there. I really do because um, I, first of all, I need to know how that conversation went. How did this conversation go? Who brought up what? Okay, but he knew he didn't want her though. All manipulation. I agree. He he really gives me narcissist. I don't like to throw that term out so loosely because I feel like these days people do use it like way too easily. And I'm not a therapist, but he has a lot of narcissistic tendencies. Like just the way he tries to manipulate the whole situation in his favor, and everything is about him. He never really wants to take accountability unless he gets backed into a corner. Absolutely has no um he has no other option but to take accountability, like when Dr. Pepper confronted him about that conversation with her best friend. But everything else they talked about, he did not want to take accountability for anything. Even though his behavior was wild, the way he talked to her was like literally verbally abusive. It's like, and then he thinks he deserves this perfect ideal woman, even though you're treating this woman who could have been a great wife to you. who did everything to cater to you, who was willing to compromise a lot for you. Um, you threw her straight under the bus every chance you got. Y'all think Gil is too? And Zach has covert traits, child. I'm happy for Bao, but to leave one sick man for another, mm, that's what I'm saying. And the thing is, Bao had so much to say about how Zach was trying to have his cake and eat it too. And we're gonna talk more about Michaela and Zach, but whenever Zach was explaining his decision to the group, she was not here for his answer. And she really was like, oh, he's trying to tell the world that he's single, but he's still trying to have Michaela on the side. She is the main one in her confessionals calling all of that out. So if she is with Zach, girl, what are you doing? Johnny thought he was a prize. I bet you Johnny still thinks he's a prize to this day. Yes, everything was about him. He never considered what she wanted or needed from him. Exactly. I feel like Bao and Zach were messing around together on the show. You think so? And she was probably saying this negative stuff about him to throw off the scent. I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him though. Bao is probably just having fun. She's not going to be serious. I really hope not. It would be a rebound if Bao's with Zach. That is a gateway to another relationship. So y'all think she just using him, or they using each other? But on the previews, it looks like they weren't together. Maybe they got together after the reunion. Possibly. Is it possible that things won't last with Zach and he's just for fun? I don't know if I see him being more than that. Zach is not marriage material right now. We'll talk about it more, but he's definitely not marriage material. She really didn't have anything to say about any of the other couples either, though. She, I, to be fair, she could have had things to say. Maybe they didn't edit it in, or maybe because of this scandal with Zach and Bao, maybe they did edit in more of her opinions about their relationship, which I think they did. I think when it came out, I think they made sure to go back and add in any interactions they could find with Zach, Michaela, and Bao. Confirmed by Michaela and Bao's brother already. It's supposed to be talked about in the Where Are They Now special, according to the episode description. It's all on Instagram. Ciao. Montre inquiring minds want to know. Let me go ahead. Let's go ahead and talk about them. Yeah, y'all. Somebody said Mirla and Johnny. I do not think they're together. I don't see Mirla being with Johnny. I just don't. Mirla hooked Johnny up with one of her friends. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense than Mirla being with Johnny. And also on unfiltered, um Mirla and Johnny seem to be close. They seem to have a friendship. I could just tell by how they interact. Zach is a confusing mess. Yes. Zach probably presents very differently with Bao. It's almost like he had an expectation of behavior from Michaela and more tolerant with Bao. Honestly, I don't think he wanted to be matched with a black woman. Ooh, I could totally see that being the case. But I can't all the way go with that because it's not like Michaela was the easiest person to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he had someone like Paige and he did her dirty, I and then went to Bow and treated her well, then I could get with that a little bit better. But Michaela just both of them. Yeah, Mirla wanted a black man. Everyone around her is black. Yes. I could not stand Zach. Michaela is a mess as well, but Zach with all his crying and to say no. Yes, what was that about? Like what was that whole what was your point of pulling out this paper, crying, professing your love? Like what was all of that about only for you to say no? But not no. I'm not divorcing you. I'm divorcing the past 8 weeks. What? Zach lost me as soon as he said all of his exes were crazy. I knew it was him that was the issue. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he never, whenever he talked about his past relationships, you never really heard him take any sort of accountability because let's say all of your exes are crazy. You chose all of your exes. No one forced you to be in a relationship with all of your exes. Experts didn't choose all of your exes for you to be with. You did that. So I think at the very least, you should take accountability for choosing people that are quote unquote crazy, volatile, explosive, knee jerk reactions, whatever you want to call it. You choose these types of people. Funny how Zach from season 10 and Zach from season 13 were both confusing communicators. You know what? Because Zach from season 10, he was very confusing and talked in circles. What is it about that name, Zach? How do y'all feel about everyone making Zach to be an abused victim? Help me because I don't see it. I don't either. I don't either. Because you know what? He is a grown man. He could easily have left this situation at any point, but he decided to stay. No one, like, and it's not like he didn't know he was being abused. It's not like he was just sitting there taking it like, oh, I'm just gonna be a good. No, every chance he got, he said, this is not a good situation. I don't like this. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be a part of it. Why don't you just leave? He was very aware of her behavior from the jump. So why? But some people say Zach just wants to be a nice guy. I'm not buying it. I think he wants to be considered a good guy without having to actually put in the work to be like a good guy. A good guy would not lead on a woman just to say, "Oh, I want a divorce." A good guy is going to be straight up. No more Zachs and Ryans. Zach from season 10 was clear that he didn't like Mindy. Then he should have left the situation too. Like, It took Mindy breaking it off with him. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all still want to string people along. Y'all still want to make it seem like there could possibly be something because you don't excuse yourself from the situation. That Mindy had to be the one to break it off from him. Zach was never a victim after he kept coming back. He legit had cause to leave and still came. That's what I'm saying. It's like I feel like a true victim would not look at her behavior and say, like for instance, when Bao was dealing with Johnny, she like when he threw that tantrum and she came up and stood next to him and held him and was like, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. She didn't look at him as, oh, no, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. She was looking at it as, let me calm him down. That to me is more of an abuser victim situation because it's like you don't even realize he blew up. That's not your fault. That is not your place to calm him down. That is a personal problem within him he needs to solve, and you should leave him. Zach, when she blows up, he knows exactly what's going on. He's not trying to calm her down. He knows, oh, I don't want to be with her. I don't want to be with someone who's going to blow up. This is not my fault that she is blowing up. This is a personal problem within her. She needs to get help for. He knows, he's very aware of all of this, and he still chooses to stay. He still chooses to play this game with her where I don't want to be with you because of this bad behavior, but I still want to sleep in the bed with you. I don't like the way you blew up and become Hurricane K, but I love you and you are the best woman I've ever known outside of my mother. No, I'm so sorry. You are not a victim when you play into it knowingly. Why are you sticking around? Why are you coming back? I personally, I can't look. I don't think Paige was a victim. I don't think Paige was a victim. Paige knew what she was doing going back to Chris every single time. Now was Chris wrong? Of course, but Paige Paige knew what she was getting into every single time she went back. I can't sit up here and say she was a victim. These comments moving too fast. And plus, low key, I feel like Paige was playing along for TV. A part of me does. I just don't completely buy into that. Oh, I just have to, I'm a woman, a wife, and I have to serve my husband, and this was ordained by God. And I don't buy into all of that. Like at first I did, but then after a while, it's like, girl, you know this man did not treat you right. He didn't even move into y'all apartment. He's never committed. Like from day one, the day after they got married and they consummated their marriage, he said he wasn't attracted to her. So I don't know. I feel like Paige was playing along. And Chris even said it. Like that's one thing that I actually believe him on. I think they were both playing along to get that airtime. Zach and Paige favor. Nah, what they favor? Paige stopped being a victim once he had her meet his ex. Yeah, it was becoming a circus. It was becoming a circus. I'm so sorry. And she was willingly being a clown in that circus. She was. It doesn't excuse Chris's behavior. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm going to say. I just feel like as people sometimes we are too black and white with Married at First Sight. Just seen this so much. Like, if one person is wrong in a situation, it's like they want to absolve the other person of any wrongdoing, or just try to make it seem like the other person doesn't have any problems at all, or isn't contributing to a toxic situation. Just because Michaela is very problematic and she blows up, Hurricane K, we're acknowledging that. I've always on my last review, I was upset that the experts did not call out her bad behavior. I feel like that was very they really missed out on an opportunity where they should have reprimanded not only Michaela, but Jose and Johnny, all of them, all the people that had some really terrible behavior. I feel like they should have reprimanded those people. And I've called out her behavior every time I felt like she was out of line. I called it out. But anytime I want to critique Zach, it's like, oh, Zach can't possibly be wrong because Michaela is Hurricane K. And that is not true. Because I feel like if Zach were matched up with someone with a a a what's the word I'm looking for? With a different temperament, I just don't think the situation. I think he still would be a bad communicator. I think he still would be flaky. I think he still would not. I don't think he would be giving what y'all say he would be giving. Y'all don't even know how Zach is in a relationship truly, outside of being with Michaela, for y'all to be going this hard defending him. I just don't get it. Pastor Cal kind of reprimanded Johnny. You know what he did? You Now that you say that, he reprimanded Johnny whenever they had that Zoom call. He did. You right. You right. I guess I want to see him reprimanded further on decision day, because I don't know. Can we talk about the abusive behavior that happened this season? Like, I feel like this has been the most abuse I've ever seen on any season, from Jose, the way he spoke to Rachel and locking her out, Johnny, the way he spoke to Bao, constantly putting her down, constantly um telling her that she's a bad wife, not only telling her that, but telling other people that, trying to ruin her reputation. Okay. Um, Michaela, uh, physically, her ripping through that house like that, that was just, honestly, she probably should have just been dismissed from the show altogether. Cause that was kind of scary. Not kind of scary, that was scary. She really could have hurt somebody. This season was basically trauma and abuse. Yes. This was a very triggering season in so many ways. I don't watch these shows to watch people be traumatized. Exactly. I don't want to see people being beat down and broken. I don't want to see that. Michaela sat on the sofa with that Oscar winning performance and no one called her out. I was waiting for them to roll the tape, but it never happened. I know, like, I just knew because they called out Ryan for the dating app. I just knew at that point. I was like, okay, they're gonna call these people out for the things they did, and they never did. Like, I was just so over the fact that they let Michaela skate past the Hurricane K thing, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna address it at the reunion, but I hope they don't take it lightly. I hope they make it as serious as what it is, because there's no way that behavior is acceptable. I feel like because Michaela denied her behavior, Dr. Pepper assumed she wasn't ready, and Dr. Pepper ain't got the time for her drama. Rachel Rachel accept Jose back, so if she doesn't care, why should I? I mean, you might be right about that, but I think for Michaela though, she never she see, that's why a part of me feels like she she knows what she's doing, because she never flips out in front of the experts. I've never seen her lose her cool, get loud. Her demeanor is always calm in front of the experts. I've never seen her like, she might curse, but she never like gets loud the way she does when the experts are not there, or flips out. Like, you remember like when they were outside talking and she jumped up and just ran. I've never seen her do anything like that in front of the experts. So that just tells me she knows what she's doing. She's just used to getting away with that kind of behavior. And then when she does sit in front of the experts, they don't know that side of her. I mean, I guess unless they show them footage, how would they know? Because, like, in real life, if things are not being filmed, how would the therapist know? How would the therapist know how they truly act unless they see them act that way? So maybe they didn't know, but producers, y'all need to show them, like, nah, for real. Like, y'all need to see her behavior so y'all can call her out. Nah, too little, too late. She should have been removed from the show. No, I do agree with you on that, New Beauty. I think if you're gonna behave like that, you shouldn't even be a part of this process anymore. But since they didn't do that, she should have been called out. Her level of calculating responses around the experts is jarring, so manipulative. Yes. Yes. Because she's never lost her cool like that in front of them. So a lot of people was like, "Oh, they should have did a Zoom decision day. She gonna really flip out." No, I knew she wasn't gonna do it in front of the experts, because that's what I've noticed from her, is that she knows how to act in front of them. She know how to act, period. But she when it comes to being in a relationship, she just feels comfortable with acting out. All right, you guys, it's been an hour. I'm gonna have to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this live. I always enjoy our conversations on the live. Shout out to everyone in here. It's 129 people in here. Make sure y'all like this video. If you're in here late, I will be reposting the we'll be reposting the full thing after we get done here. And yeah, thank you so much for coming, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.